Hello, welcome to Ikate's Crossing as we continue with the Arthurian Tarot, the Hallowquest, the quest for the Grail, and it's autumn, and we're doing the lesson 35, the Grail Queen, Grail 6 and 7. Grail Queen speaks, I am the mother of love who pours out her cup for the good of all. My draught is boundless as the sea. May your hearts be open, and may your senses be receptive to all experience. The Grail Queen exemplifies the path of love. She never turns away from the need of anyone. As the empowerer of the Grail, she maintains a vigilant regard for those who are drawn to the quest. The runnels of wine that stem from her cup pass down the worlds into some unlikely places and stimulate new seekers by this means. She creates new foster children who follow her compassionate way. Coins. She rejects no one who is able to serve, in however small a way. Her love brings beauty into the darkest places. The Grail Queen's waters are the fruit-defying channels of grace, which stimulate creativity in all who drink them. She is the mother who keeps nothing back, but gives all her care to her children, as does Elaine, mother of Galad. She guards the lineage of the Grail family throughout all generations, not only the ancestral bloodline, but also the spiritual lineage, which is created between student and teacher. As the sacred teachings are passed down with the Grail King, she upholds the Grail teachings as a mother of love. She sets our hands around the Grail and teaches us the work of healing with such an understanding and sympathy that we cannot help but learn. Grail 6 speaks. I am the home of the ancestors, the place of deep memory. I will reconnect you with your roots and bring you the deep delight of recollection. After the emptiness and delusion of Grail 4 and 5, Grail 6 brings us renewed encouragement from the deep places of refreshment, a sense of continuance and ancestral support. Some who drink too deeply of these ancestral waters can fall into an unhealthy atavism, becoming dependent upon the past, unable to live in the everyday world. But for most of us, a judicial drink from the ancestral source will give us new heart for our task. Grail 7 speaks. Traveller on the way, you are welcome. Here is the land of shifting shapes, of strange reflections. What is reality in the land of veiled appearances? Grail 7 reveals the glamour attached to the quest. It is very important for the seeker to know how to read the visions that appear in dream and meditation with a true eye. When the realm within takes on greater substance than your own world, when good discernment is laid aside, it becomes dangerous to travel onwards. To be able to distinguish one side of reality from the other is essential. Some may mistake this for the Grail Castle, finding it to just be an ivory castle, impregnable, unrealizable, and vainly sought. Questions. Where is love absent in your life? Be aware of one of the streams from the Grail Queen's cup flowing towards these places. Upon which ancient foundation and ancestral influences do you draw? 3. How do you maintain discernment in meditation? Which streetwise rules keep you safe upon the quest? Oh, interesting. Okay. Grail Queen, Grail 6 and 7 meditation. Okay, let's take a minute to breathe. Take a minute to focus. Close your eyes and take a nice deep breath. 1 second. Grail Queen, Grail 6 and 7 meditation. Okay, let's take a nice deep breath. You return from the island in your ship to disembark further up the coast. Here are a series of caves, riddles, the cliff face, and you enter one. Within is the Grail Queen, who welcomes you. You may ask her for any healing that is needed for yourself, for another or for some other need. Her cup spills forth and pours down the cracks of the world to have its effects. She leads you further on to Grail 6. You have only to bathe in the waters that gush forth from this mount in order to have communion with the deepest levels of ancestral awareness. As you bathe in the stone basin of the spring, you may have vision or experience of far memory of your own continuance in the sacred mysteries. Record these carefully and return to this card if you need to clarify anything you don't understand. Also call upon the Grail Queen for answers. The warm sun dries your body and you put on your clothes and set out again. You come to the vision of Grail 7. It is late and you wish you could shelter somewhere. The castle looks inviting, but something is not quite right. This doesn't feel like Journey's End, after all. You may go in and look around, look out through the windows into the waters, and seize the cause of the unease. The reflection reveals another kind of castle. Okay, so what I want to do is I actually want to keep these 3 cards out, but I want to use the rest of the deck. Okay, so I'm going to ask the question, where is love absent in my life? Let's have a look. Where is love absent in my life? And I get the Green Knight, which is interesting, which is 15, which is about freedom. Addictions, if it's, the Green Knight is normally about addictions and things like that. So let's have a look at what it says in the book. Usually, to me, when we're looking at the 15, which is like the devil, which was the Green Knight, this one is about addictions, repeated patterns and things like that. So let's have a look at the Green Knight, see what it says. I just want to see what the words are. Talks about challenge, ignorance, self-limitation, inflexibility, unconscious fears, realized stagnation, selfishness, creative possibilities, release from bondage, overcoming fear, temptations avoided. What fear obstructs my life? Oh, that's interesting. How am I limiting myself? What creative possibilities are resurging? Ooh. So the question was, where is love absent in my life? So it could be about limitations, fear. That's interesting. So overcoming any fear, overcoming limitations. That's where the love could be absent. Okay. Upon which ancient foundations and ancestral influences do draw influences. So which ancient foundations and ancestral influences? Interesting. The Grail Hermit. Okay, so the Grail Hermit. That to me is about isolation. Through isolation, through learning, through knowledge. As I'm thinking like a hermit, like a monk, I would call that like thing. Let's have a look and see what it says in the book. I can see what it says for me, I can see my own thoughts, but I like to dive in a little bit deeper to sort of get an idea. Okay, it talks about guidance, spiritual truth, wise counsel, introspection, space for reassessment, maturity, conscious companionship of one's guardian angel, companion spirit. So it says, which ancient foundations and ancestral influences do I draw from? And I'm getting sort of like spirit guide, guardian angel, that sort of energy. Interesting. Okay. So the third card I'm going to look at here is, how do I maintain discernment in meditation? Whoa, okay. stone 5. Okay, so let's have a look. So stone 5, 5 of pentacles, 5 of, yeah, 5 of pentacles, right? So I have that sense of, yeah, pentacles. So 5 of coins is that sense of being led. So stone 5, I feel like that sense of being desolate, that sense of being poor, barren. So what was the question? How do I maintain discernment in meditation? Which streetwise rules keep you safe upon the quest? So how do I maintain? So here we've got words are adversity, insecurity, strain, barren, prospects, loneliness, destitution, loss of home, means lack of grounding, ill luck, ebbs, improvement, possible solutions can be envisioned or resources found. The question is what is causing. So how do I maintain discernment? Knowing that possible solutions can be found. Interesting. I feel like a sense of pushing through the loss, pushing through the. So how do I maintain discernment in meditation? I think it's about knowing that solutions can always be found. I think that's how I can act with discernment through the meditation. What an interesting thought there as you go through and have a look, a little bit of a look. It does give you that sense of moment of reflection. Oh, I love that. Okay, so that's it for me for today. Don't forget to check out the links down below. Check the links on my channel. Like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you know when the next video will be uploaded. Take care, and blessed be.